What up, what up? It is time for another video of my buddy's chess games that we can all learn and grow from. So let's do that. We got double king pawn, Petroffs, turned into four knights, or Lopez looking thing. White castles, I have no complaint about any of the moves for either side so far. E5 looks good here, taking advantage of the fact that this knight is pinned. So this pawn is this square is actually not attacked 3 times, only twice. Now David goes in to double black's pawns, but maybe better would just be to attack the bishop and force it back. And now pin the knight. And if he attacks us, here's just saying take. Because this f6 knight is a powerful piece. And, it's not even saying to jump in right away with the knight. It's saying push here first. a6. Now knight d5. I see. The point is that we're going to make black's pawns ugly. That's really cool. Computer said the darndest things. But this is interesting. So let's look at all this again. So instead of just taking here, and true that black gets doubled pawns, but he also gains time on our bishop, and David puts it on a rather awkward square behind the pawn. But instead, here, this is why you can't just look at one move. You might say here, 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 and if you stop from here, you might be like, oh well, this is kind of like actually how the game went, and this is kind of how the game went. And this pawn is still easy for black to gang up on. Probably castling queenside isn't the best. Oh, looks like just h5, and black has an advantage because he hasn't castled. And yeah, this pawn is weak. This bishop is weak. So actually, instead of retreating, take, and a4. After a6, right here, queen goes back, and take here. He doesn't have time for this because of the rook. So pretty interesting stuff. But instead, white took this right away. Can't fault him for that too much. It's not so bad. They're saying here is slightly better. Now it's saying they were about equal. But here, and we can always bring the bishop to defense from this angle. I'm not blocking the queen. Anyway, let's jump ahead. So white pins the knight and brings the bishop back. Black attacks the c3 knight. Does he want to take and rupture the pawns? Computer really wants to get rid of this bishop at all costs, actually. Recommends even playing here. And after c5, c3. This knight's defended. This bishop is going to be lost. And now all of a sudden black has really bad pawns. This knight looks a little offsides here, but now this pawn is vulnerable. And there's no b pawn that can kick and win this knight. We just have to be careful we don't move our queen here. So instead, white plays a very natural move, defending this pawn, but remember, this pawn is weak. And h4 lashing out makes a lot of sense because we're attacking these weak pawns. But remember, our king is over here too. And yeah, let's see what happens. Knight to g4. And here's the losing move for team white. Queen f3. So why is this losing? All right, well, before we move, we have to look at our opponent's threats. So right now we could see he's got two guys on here. And he's also attacking this pawn, which is defended by the queen. If he takes this pawn, this bishop's deflected, and this pawn is lost. And I'm done making arrows for now. So just get rid of him the easy way by making a move. Queen f3. Yeah, queen f3 is bad because of what happened in the game. And now the square is collapsing. Bishop has to move, and we're losing the rook. And I could look at the rest of the game, but I'm actually not going to in this instance because neither side does anything particularly remarkable. But the problem is that White's totally lost. He's an exchange down. Black still has a lot of pieces around the white king. He hasn't even lost this pawn. He can bring his king over here, bring a rook over, and this bishop is not so great. This knight is not so well placed. I mean, White might be able to defend with way better play than Black, but let's look at this critical position again. Queen f3 is the losing move. We can do well. This is the most obvious move. Just get rid of the threat, and after a pawn or queen takes g5. Black is still slightly better, although we can get rid of one of these pieces with bishop e2. And this guy's attacked twice, but if he moves, then Black loses a piece. So probably should bring the bishop back. Let's see. Our computer says we should just take here. And yeah, White has the two bishops, but he has really bad pawns. But on the other hand, Black's pawns also aren't great. Black is just more active. That's, I imagine, why the engine gives Black an advantage. But this is anybody's game. So, really, my friend David's really kind of, he's telling me he really wants to learn openings. He wants to be really professional in opening. And I think there's something to that. I mean, if he finds, instead of taking here, and I don't know if this has ever been reached. I'll look at the opening book in a sec. But yeah, I think this is more about ideas than about because it's not a super tactical position, at least not yet. So it's just more about ideas here, 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 and in this case, we're not afraid to. We don't want to go back because that allows Black to not castle, but start a kingside attack, and then maybe bring his queen here and castle queenside. But instead, we're not afraid to take this knight. Queen takes. I think this may be my third time going over this variation, but it's interesting to me as well. And not knight here right away. I'm not sure if queen takes this pawn is a problem. I actually want to look at that. But a4 first, threatening to trap the bishop. And after a6, now we play here. And his computer recommends queen d8. What if he takes here? Are we trapping him? Oh, yeah, this is not possible because of this fork. Takes b. Throw this in. Make the king move. Now we'll recapture. And we're not exactly afraid of this because he's losing his rook, he's getting mated, stuff like that, losing his rook. So look at all this. This is really interesting. I bet that even much stronger players than David watching this video have maybe never seen this idea before. I haven't. Yeah. Anyway, so many cool variations here. So this is a new weapon in your arsenal. Instead, you played kind of typically, I would say, but now you have new ideas. But more important than the opening is just basic. I don't even want to criticize h4 too much right now, but just basic missing of threats. So, I mean, this is really, if you think about it, what chess is all about. It's about having more overwhelming threats than your opponent. Double attacks, triple attacks, 2 weaknesses, 3 weaknesses. In this case, he just missed simple threat. This is the threat. Get rid of this guy. Take this. Take the rook. Game over. So forget about openings for now, although I will try to give opening wisdom each video. But the moral is, yeah, Queen f3 is losing, and either taking or also Bishop e2 right away would have saved the day, or at least not lost. Again, I don't really worry. Minus 0.4, minus 0.6, not a big deal. Minus 3, minus 4, that's a big deal. So focus on shifts that are 1.5 or more, I would say. And if smaller shifts, you can look at computer moves and listen to me. But the main thing is, yeah, don't blunder. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not Queen f3. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And next time some schmuck berserks you, you gotta smash him. Okay. Good chess to you.